Hello students, welcome back to 10th English online YouTube channel. This is me Chandrasekhar CH and I am the faculty of English. So dear students, in this video I am going to teach a new lesson that is from ninth class English textbook Unit 1 Part B, The Duck and the Kangaroo. The Duck and the Kangaroo is a poem which was written by Edward Lear. So this is a humorous poem and it's a funny poem. So it's an interesting poem also. So don't skip the video. You watch this video till the end. Okay friends? And if you like my video, so please you hit on the like button and share this video with all the students of your class and ask them and tell them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay friends? Let's begin the topic. Right, children, let's begin today's topic. And today's topic is The Duck and the Kangaroo. And it's the poem. And this is the poem from ninth class English textbook, unit number 1 and part B. And this poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo, was written by Edward Lear. So before going to start the poem, let's read about the poem first, okay? And let's now go to the poet. And see here friends, and he is our poem. So Edward Lear, who was born on 12th May 1812 and passed away on 29th January 1888. So he was a British artist, illustrator, author and poet. He was renowned today primarily for his literary nonsense in poetry and prose. So he used to write nonsense in poems, right? So there is some fun in his poems. So he is famous for that only, okay, right? So after right, in his childhood he suffered from ill health. After a long decline in health, he died of heart disease. So he suffered a long time with a heart problem, and after a long time, and he was died away. Okay, and right. So in his childhood, he suffered from ill health. Due to this heart disease, he suffered for a long time, and finally he was died. Okay, on 29th January. His principal areas of work as an artist were threefold. Okay, threefold. He was famous for that. Okay, number one is as a draftsman employed to illustrate birds and animals. Right. Number two was making colored drawings during his journeys. So he used to colorful drawings, during the journeys, and as an author. So as a threefold, so he used to write three categories of poems, and works in his career, right? And Lear is principally known for his popular nonsense works rather than as a travel writer. So he was a travel writer. I think you understood travel writer. So while traveling, he used to write poems and stories, and prose like that. Okay, no? So these show a great ability to use with relish the sound of real and invented English words. So he used to use the very sound English words in his works, right? And the poem The Duck and the Kangaroo is a poem with a touch of light humor. So this poem includes some light humor. It means what? Some fun is there in this poem. Okay? And let's also learn some glossary from this poem. And first word is long. It's a verb. Its meaning is want or wish very much. Want very much or wish very much. Wishing something, okay, no? Wanting something. Second one is hope. It's a verb. Move by jumping. Okay, in this poem the kangaroo, it moves by jumping. I think you might have seen kangaroos in the films anywhere, and they walk by jumping only. They don't walk like other animals. And ride, it's a noun. We know it's a short journey. And the D and the jelly bow lee, it's a noun. Its meaning is wonderful places imagined by the poet. And reflection, it's a noun. Thought or careful thought. And bold is an adjective. Here in this context, its meaning is frank. Rheumatiz, it's a noun, a disease that makes the muscles and joints painful. A disease that comes in the muscles and joints. It's called what? Rheumatism. And worsted socks, its meaning is woolen socks. And web feet, it's a noun, feet that have toes connected by membrane. So whatever the socks that is fit for your feet, So it's called what? Web feet. And next one is cloak. It's a noun. Cloak means a coat that protects from cold. Generally, we all wear coats, during this winter season. Yes or no? Right. So let's start the poem, my dear friends. So listen here onwards very carefully and do not skip this video. Okay. And dear friends, so this poem consists of five stanzas. Okay, five stanzas. You can see here. And starting now, the duck and the kangaroo. All of you look at the picture here. There is a kangaroo and there is a duck, and they both are standing on a rock. Okay, and in the first stanza, duck, it expresses its wish to go out of its living place, and it wants to go to the wonderful places in the world like a kangaroo. So kangaroo always hopes. Okay, it always jumps and goes to the long distances. So by seeing kangaroo, duck also wishes to go like that. Okay, so it expresses in the first stanza. Let's read this poem for you now. Said the duck to the kangaroo. Said the duck to the kangaroo. A duck is saying to kangaroo, good gracious, have you hope? So in this line, it is expressing surprise. The duck is expressing its surprise seeing this kangaroo. Have you hope? Have you hope? Have you walk by jumping? Okay, over the fields and water too. Okay, it is asking by surprise this kangaroo, how you hope, how you jump over the fields that we see in our villages and the water. How you hope over the fields and over the water, as if you would, as if you never would stop. You hope you jump like you are not going to stop it. It's like that. So how you jump like that? Okay, it is surprised seeing this kangaroo and expressed to kangaroo. Okay, my life is a bore in this nasty pond. So duck lives in the pond. I think we know pond, a small area with water, covered with water. Okay, and nasty. Nasty means what here? Unpleasant or very bad in condition. So we can understand that the duck lives in a very unpleasant pond. So it is saying it's feeling bored living in that pond. So my life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. So it is wishing, it is wanting to go beyond its world. Its world is here, its nasty pond. So it wanted to go out of this place, out of this world. Okay, I wish I could hope like you. So I am wishing to hope like you. I am wishing to jump like you. Saying the duck to the kangaroo. Said the duck to the kangaroo. Okay, in the stanza. So it is surprise. It is expressing the surprise. Good gracious here. Good gracious means what? Expressing of surprise. How you hope? How do you jump over the fields and over the water as if you would never stop. Okay, and my life is very bored in this nasty pond. I'm feeling so bored to live in this nasty unpleasant pond, and I always wanted to go out to round the world like you by jumping, by bouncing like you. So I wish I could hope like you. I wanted to jump like you. I wanted to move by jumping like you, said the duck to the kangaroo. This is the meaning of the stanza 1. Tell me, children, what you understood in this first stanza? We understood that in the first stanza, the duck is expressing its wish to go out of the world, to go out of this its nasty pond, to see the wonderful places in the world. Right? It is surprised to see the kangaroo by hoping. Right? Now let's move to the second stanza. Yeah, see here, second stanza. Please give me a ride on your back, said the duck to the kangaroo. In the second stanza, the duck is requesting kangaroo to give him a ride. It is asking the kangaroo to take him away, to take him with him to the other places. I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through. So I will just sit quietly on your body saying only quack quack, okay, throughout the day of the time, throughout the day and night. I will sit quietly on your back. So please give me a ride on your back. Who is asking here? Kangaroo or the duck? Tell me. The duck. So the duck is requesting the kangaroo to give him a ride on its back, and he promised, he's assuring that he would never make a noise except saying quack quack throughout the daytime. Okay, and and we would go to the D and the Jelly Boli over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride. Oh, do, said the duck to the kangaroo. We will go to the D and the Jelly Boli. D and the Jelly Boli means wonderful places that are imagined by the poet in this context. So let's go to the wonderful places. Let's go to the beautiful places in this world. Over the land. Let's jump over the land and over the sea, over the water. So please take me a ride. Oh, do, said the duck to the kangaroo. So in the second stanza, the duck is requesting the kangaroo to give him a ride on its back. It promised it won't make noise except saying quack quack. And it is wishing to go to the wonderful places in the world. Okay, right. Let's go to the third stanza. Now see here, said the kangaroo to the duck. Now see, in the third stanza, kangaroo is replying to the duck. This requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck, and there seems but one objection. Okay, so I have to think about it very carefully. I have to think about giving you a ride very carefully. So if it gives me a chance, if I get a time to, take you a ride, I give you a ride, it it bring it brings me luck. Okay, it brings me luck. If it gives me a time, a chance, I will give you a ride, not a problem. But it seems there is one condition. I have one objection. So here in this third stanza, the kangaroo is putting one condition. Okay, right. Let's see. Your feet. Okay, which is, if you will let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. If you allow me to speak very frankly, I will tell you that your feet are wet and cold. Whose feet are very wet and cold? The duck's feet. Why duck's feet are very cold and wet here? Because it always lived in the nasty pond, in the water. It lived in the water. Since it lived in the water, the duck's feet are wet and cold, right? And would probably give me the rheumatiz, said the kangaroo. If I allow you, if I give you a ride on my back, so I will get cold. I will get a disease called rheumatiz. A rheumatiz is a disease that comes in the joints and where muscles. Okay, who said that? Kangaroo. So in the third stanza, kangaroo put a condition that if it gives the ride to the duck, it would get the disease called rheumatiz. Okay, let's see what the duck replies now in the next stanza. Let's move to the fourth stanza. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. So it goes away. After that, it sits for a long time on the rocks. It thinks carefully about the condition and comes and meets the kangaroo. Now the duck speaks to the kangaroo like this. As I thought on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. I thought about your condition completely, and I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks, which fit my web fit neatly. So, to save you from this cold, I purchased 4 pairs of worsted socks. Here, worsted socks means woolen socks. So, I purchased 4 pairs of socks that fit my feet correctly. Okay, and and to keep out the cold, I have bought a cloak, and every day a cigar I will smoke, all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. See, and to keep out the cold, I have bought a cloak. So the duck not only purchased the 4 pairs of socks, it also purchased one cloak. Cloak means what? A coat to cover from cold. And it is also promising that every day a cigar I will smoke. It is promising daily I will smoke a cigarette to get myself warm. That will never give you any problem to you. Who is saying that? The duck to the kangaroo. Okay, it's all just because of my own dear true love of kangaroo, for the sake of kangaroo only. So in this stanza, the duck made some arrangements not to give any trouble to the kangaroo. The arrangements are three. Okay, first one is what is that? It purchased 4 pairs of watered socks. Number one. Second one is it purchased a coat also. Okay, and third, it is going to smoke a cigarette all the day to get it warm. Okay, right. Now let's see if the kangaroo agreed to that condition, agreed to the arrangements, and gave right to this duck or not. Okay, in the next stanza. Right. Said the kangaroo, I am ready, all in the moonlight pale. Okay, now you made so many arrangements for me, not to give me any trouble. So I am ready now. Let's go in the dull moonlight. Yeah, pale means dull, dull moonlight. But to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. So on the way, I may lose my balance. So you sit quietly without moving. Okay? Sit steadily. Who said? The kangaroo said to the duck. And quite at the end of my tail. You should sit exactly at the end of my tail. Sit quietly without moving so that I can balance myself clearly. This is what the kangaroo said to the duck. So away they went with a hope and a bound. So they went away to the wonderful places of the world by hoping, by bouncing over the land, over the water. And they hoped the whole world 3 times around. They hoped they ran around the world 3 times. Around the world. They jumped around the world 3 times. And who so happy? Oh, who? Asked the duck and the kangaroo. Now here, who is happy? Now here, who is happy? The duck or the kangaroo? Now all of you tell me your answers in the comment section. Okay, friends? Right. So this is what a very beautiful poem, a funny poem written by Edward Lear. I hope you all guys like this video, and if you like this video, please hit on the like button, and you must give your comment in the comment section. You try to share this video with all the friends of your section, okay, of your class in your immediate vicinities, and tell them, and you also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a good day, friends. Bye bye. Signing off. 10th English Online.